Hi, I'm Jen Anderson, Ethicurian chef and environmental activist, and I'm at the Natural Products Expo, which is probably the largest gathering in the world of holistic food companies. And with health concerns we're facing and environmental concerns we're facing, I'm here today to ask the big question: what are these companies doing to change the menu? I'm here with Arjun Stevens from Nature's Path, and we're asking the question, what is a health concern you see facing this country, and what is your company doing to change the menu?
Thank you, Jen. I think the biggest health concern we're facing as a society in North America is obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. So one product I'd like to share with you today is called Kia, and it's a superfood breakfast cereal. It's really revolutionary. It's made up of 3 seeds: hemp, buckwheat, and chia. And unlike other cereals, it has no sugar, no salt, no yeast, and no oil.
That's incredible. So instead of having it loaded with sugar and salt and yeast and oils, you're using really high protein source seeds. I know hemp is really high in protein. Is it chia? Chia's really high in protein?
Yeah, and the really neat thing about chia seeds in particular is that they expand up to 16 times their size because they're hygroscopic and they add water to them. So chia seeds have been used by runners in the Andes for millennia, and they've been used as a great energy source. And the cool thing about it is that you only need to take 1 or 2 teaspoons every morning, mix it up with water, put it in your smoothie, put it on your sandwich, and you get all these tremendous health benefits of omega-3s, fiber, and protein. So it fills you up, gives you energy till lunchtime, and it's very versatile.
That's great. And I know that so many cereals out there are so loaded with sugars and things that this is a great, great alternative. Fabulous. Thank you so much. Let's take a look and see some of the other things you have going on.
Okay, great. Thanks, Jen.
Okay, now I notice you also have some great gluten-free products. So could you please tell me why gluten-free is important and what your company's doing?
Well, gluten-free is so important if you have celiac disease, or if you just want to experiment on how you can ease some of your digestive issues as a consumer. So we launched this new line of gluten-free granolas under the Gluten-Free Selections banner. And what's really unique about them is that they taste fantastic. They just, like when you put them in your mouth, you have a wonderful crunch. You get the deliciousness of the fruits and the nuts together. And beyond that, they're healthy for gluten-free consumers. So we added unique ingredients like chia, flax seeds, organic almonds, raisins. And it's really a medley in your mouth. You get the crunchiness and the tastiness of the almonds. So.
I love that. It's a medley in your mouth of antioxidants from the raisins and things, omega-3s, which are great for heart health and cardiovascular. And like you said, gluten-free. And what that really means is that there's no wheat products in it as part of that. And I know as a society, we consume so much wheat, and we really need to have a variety of grains, and that helps keep us healthy. It helps keep us from forming allergies to things. So great that we have some more awesome gluten-free alternatives.
Thank you, Jen.
Now I know you also have some new corn chips that you've come out with, and those are GMO free, and we're definitely going to want to talk about that. So we're going to go there next. So I also know that Nature's Path has been really involved with educating people about GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. At Nature's Path, we're super passionate about consumers' right to know what's in their food. So we supported various ballot initiatives where consumers can actually know what's in their food. We have the right to know how much salt's in our food, how much sugar's in our food, but we don't have the right to know if it's genetically modified or if ingredients have been used that are genetically modified. So Nature's Path, we supported the California ballot initiative. We got 6 million people to vote yes in California. The proposition didn't pass, but it was still a huge victory for consumers understanding about GMOs.
Well, it really started a national conversation. That Prop 37 in California and the effort that went into that had people all across the country talking about GMOs, some of them for the first time. So I think that was great. I think it was a win, even though it didn't pass. So now what is your company doing in terms of its product lines to address GMOs?
So everything in our product line is non-GMO project verified, which means that we're committed to eliminating the contamination of GMOs in our food supply system. So everything that we do is that we grow and that we process is tested to determine if there are GMOs in there, and if there are, there has to be a certain threshold, and we will reject product if it's above a certain threshold. And we're very, very passionate about eliminating GMOs from all food.
Well, now, one of the things that I love, I grew up in Arizona, I love tortilla chips. And I know that you have just acquired a tortilla chip company. So I'm really excited, and I want you to tell me about it.
We're really excited to acquire Que Pasa Mexican Foods. And we through Que Pasa, we get corn from the Southwest, from the Texas region, whole grain kernels of corn, believe it or not, whole grain, not reconstituted corn flour like a lot of the competition does. We take those whole grain kernels of corn, we cook them, we steep them, we soak them, and then we create masa, which is where you add the water and you grind it. And we actually use volcanic stones to grind these whole grain kernels of corn in the masa, and we make these tortillas, which we then cut into tortilla chips.
So you're actually making tortilla chips the way that they've been traditionally made for, hundreds, thousands of years.
Tortillas, it's interesting to learn, as I learned about it, that tortilla chips were actually invented in California. And it was actually a Mexican restaurant in California that was chopping tortillas. Little known fact. But it's that artisan method. It's going back and saying, hey, how should food taste? How should food, what should the tortilla chip crunch like in your mouth? It should taste like corn, shouldn't it? And when we delved into it and learned about this company, we just fell in love with the product. And we want to take Que Pasa and the non-GMO message and the organic message out to consumers across North America. And it's such a wonderful product, and it's going to help us further this non-GMO message through every bag we sell, because we're going to tell that story.
Well, thank you so much for everything your company's doing. It is just, they're fabulous products. It's a wonderful company. They have so many more initiatives and things that they support that we didn't even have a chance to go into. Like your Enviro Kids and your Love Crunch campaigns. I mean, this is really an example of what companies can do to give back and just to create great products. So it's such an honor to talk to you. And we're going to talk a little bit more about their Label GMO campaign, and we'll be putting that up on the line as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
So I'm here with Arjun Stevens from Nature's Path, and they have been involved in producing a wonderful film, and I want Arjun here to tell us some more about it.
The film is called GMO OMG. And it's a really, really amazing film. It's a beautiful film directed by Jeremy Seifert. And the film really documents him and his family's understanding and knowledge of GMOs within the greater context of the global food supply issues. So it premiered at the Berlin Film Festival, and it was shown twice. It had standing ovation. And we look to have screenings of it in the new year.
Well, that's awesome. And I know that it's so important to get the message out about GMOs and to give people tools to be educated about genetically modified organisms, how they affect our food chain, how they affect us internally. And we need more projects like this out there. Now, how does somebody can we hold screenings? Is it going to be available in theaters?
We're hoping that's going to be available in theaters. There's going to be a website. I don't have the URL just yet, that would allow you to request screenings in your local communities. But the neat thing about this film is that it's speaking to citizens. It's speaking to us as people, rather than going to the politicians, the big wigs, and saying, hey, can you allow us to learn about our foods? It's saying, hey, you're a citizen, stand up, learn about the issue, make an informed choice. And that's the cool thing about this, is that it's bringing it right to the consumers, right to the citizens, and empowering them to learn more, to be educated, and to really take a stance on what's in their food. In the end, as a consumer, as a citizen, we can vote with our forks. We can vote with our dollars. And as you become aware, you can still decide to buy GMOs if you want to. And it's all about that choice. And we believe that if you have that choice, you're gonna obviously not going to be buying GMOs, because you're going to learn about all the health negative aspects of GMOs.
Oh,
they create all this toxic chemicals in our environment.
Absolutely. No, I'm a big believer in empowering citizens. I think the more that we know about our food, the more that we know what's in our food supply, the more we can make better choices. And ultimately, what's going to make a company decide, or some companies decide, whether or not to put GMOs in their food supply or not, is people voting with their dollars. If enough people start turning down cereals that have GMOs and buying cereals like the Nature Path cereals that are GMO free, you know, other corporations are going to finally get the message that they need to be supplying GMO-free cereals. And I think this is a wonderful film, and I'm so excited to be able to have screenings of it and bring it to people that I know. And now you've also been involved with some really key legislation. You worked with Prop 37 in California and highly supported that. We all worked very hard. And even though it didn't actually win in terms of the ballot measure, I think it opened up a national conversation here in the U.S. about GMOs. Now, I know that you have some new things coming up in Washington and some other states where you're looking to get ballot initiatives and legislation passed.
It's really exciting. There are many states now that have drafted and enacted these ballot initiatives, citizens ballot initiatives. The most promising one right now is in Washington State. It's I-522. And that's again, it's a citizens' right to know ballot initiative. And these large chemical companies, these big biotech companies are scared. They don't want consumers to know what's in their food. They want us all to continue, buying these products and just being like robots in the stores without really fully understanding what we're doing. So by empowering people, we're not saying you can't buy GMOs. We're just saying, hey, give us the right to know what's in our food, and we can make an informed decision afterwards. We're not stupid. give us that choice.
Right. We're not. We're intelligent people, and we're people that know how to read labels. I think a lot of people are very informed about how to read a label for carbs and how to read a label for protein, or if it has trans fats or saturated fats. And certainly we'd like to know if a food has genetically modified organisms in it, and to be given that choice. So hopefully the ballot in Washington State will move forward. If there's any way that we can help support you, we're happy to do that. And we'll definitely put up whatever website information we can, both for the film and for ballot initiatives that are coming up. So thank you so much again for everything you're doing. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. And boy, this is really, a company that goes above and beyond, the social call of duty. So thank you.
Thank you, Jen. There's one thing I thought I would add is that, a lot of companies will listen to consumers. They have to. But for us at Nature's Path, we're not doing it because consumers, we're worried about increasing the top line or the bottom line. We're doing it because we think it's the right thing to do. And that's what we can do as a family-owned independent company. And I know that as this movement continues to grow, people will come in for different reasons, and we'll embrace them for any reason they come in. But I just wanted to share that with you, that it's really about our values and our philosophy at Nature's Path.
You've had those values from the very beginning. Absolutely. And thank you for that, too.
Thank you for spreading this wonderful message, Jen, of allowing consumers to have a choice of what they want to eat in their food.
Fabulous. Thank you, Arjun.
Thank you, Jen.
Good luck.